All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking real music in real time for real people, just like you, just like me. Sketchy news was coming at me yesterday from a few folks regarding the band Chicago, like they need to lose any more members. And sure enough, it appears that longtime keyboard player, lead vocalist, all around good guy, great musician, great songwriter, Lou Pardini is leaving the band Chicago. This comes to us from Dennis Palco, who apparently is in charge of the Lou Pardini fan club over on Facebook. It says here, from Lou Pardini, he says, "Hello, my friends. I'm posting to let you all know that I will no longer be performing as a member of the rock band Chicago. It has been a great and wild ride. I'm so glad that I've been able to share it with all of my friends, extended family, and fans. I want to thank the band and management for your invitation, your warm welcome, and continued friendship since I joined in 2009. It has truly been my honor to have been a part of the legacy that is Chicago. I want to thank every member, past and present, of this iconic band for being an inspiration to me musically and for helping me grow as an artist and performer. I also want to send out a shout to tour management and the hardworking crew who make life so much easier for all of us on the road and on stage. We all became good friends in the process. And to the tour bus drivers who got us safely to our many destinations, you made it a smooth ride. Most of all, I want to thank you, the most amazing fans around, for your generous support and enthusiasm along the way. I am truly touched and grateful. As one chapter ends, a new one begins. These crazy times, with so many of us staying a little closer to home, have given me the opportunity to create a lot of new music. And I look forward to sharing this and other surprises with you very soon. I love you all and hope you will continue to join in and follow with me as I create my next musical journey." And he says, starting right now. Okay, so there you have it. That comes from a gentleman by the name of Dennis Palco, who apparently runs or is part of the Lou Pardini fan club. Now, Lou Pardini, super underrated, underappreciated musician, really. A guy who co-wrote the song Just to See Her for Smokey Robinson back in 1987, 88. Smokey wins Grammys, or at least one Grammy for Best Song. And thank you, Lou Pardini, for that. A really smooth artist. He has a huge following in places like Japan because he released a couple of albums and they did really well over there back in the 1990s. This was really at the height of the smooth jazz radio format. And for whatever reason here in the United States, those albums didn't really see the light of day. If you wanted to purchase a Lou Pardini album, one of those solo albums, you would have to go and get online to order it, and you would pay a good chunk of change to get one. I know because I've thought about doing that because I've heard most of them and they are really, really good. In fact, I will post a link to a song that Lou Pardini wrote for an album, I think back in, let's say 2007 or something like that, 2008. It was right before he joined Chicago, and it's really good. So just buckle in for that, little bit of music and anticipation there. Chicago's in a tough place right now as a band. If you look at the last few years, things have not gone too well as far as retaining employees. Jeff Coffey, who came in to replace Jason Sheff, he stayed only for a couple of years, I think, and then he was gone. Longtime drummer Tris Imboden left right after Jeff Coffey left, which was a bit of a surprise. And recently, guitarist Keith Howland flew the coop and announced he was done with Chicago. And now, just literally a few weeks later, we've got Lou Pardini leaving the band. Not to mention Walter Perizader, who just kind of faded away and didn't come back to the fold. We found out that Walter had some health issues that would prevent him from touring. So again, you still have the old timers who are there, and it's been reduced to Robert Lamb, Jimmy Pankow, and Lee Loughnane. And somebody was telling me that they had seen Chicago and Robert Lamb had not really been singing all that much on stage, that the new guy, vocalist Neil Donnell, was singing Robert's parts, and he was singing Peter Cetera's parts, or Jason Sheff's parts, or whoever, the tenor. So he was doing all the different voices. So what's going on with Chicago? I don't know. All I know right now is there are more ex-members of Chicago that you could use and put together a super group that would be amazing if you wanted to, than the guys who are remaining in the band, who are probably less familiar names and voices and just players than the ones who've left the band, when you consider Jason Sheff and Bill Champlin, both out there, both probably needing something to do. I've been saying for a long time, if these guys wanted to do an alternate version of Chicago, I mean, it's pretty easy. Danny Serafin is out there with his band. Jeff Coffey definitely needs a gig. He's a great singer. I mean, all these people are just tremendous. Keith Howland, what a beast. And they lost I think they lost their best musician at that time when Keith Howland left the band. Lou Pardini, no slouch as a musician, but really known for his singing, his songwriting, and not to say that he can't play the keyboards, because he certainly can, and he's a fine musician. And he was a pretty decent replacement for Bill Champlin, a guy who had also won a Grammy Award for writing After the Love Is Gone with Earth, Wind, and Fire. So in any event, if you're a Chicago fan and you really care about that original band, you got three guys, and you had three guys before this, and you have three guys now. But as far as stability goes in that group, not looking too good right now. And we'll see how this all shakes itself out. Chicago has always been a touring machine. My guess is they'll go out there, they'll entertain the casual fan base, and then people who are old timers will try to compare this with what they witnessed back in 1972 or something, and it's just not going to really compare. In fact, this won't compare to the 80s Chicago lineup with Dwayne Bailey and all those guys. It's a different band. It's a different era. These guys are trying to go out there and play the hits. I had heard through producer, writer, singer, arranger, master of all trades. In fact, in the video we did together, Jim Peterick said that the band was working on new material and that he was helping the band with that. So we'll have to see if that actually comes to fruition, or if maybe the band put that on hold. Not sure. But yeah, sad news about Lou Pardini, great musician. And yes, I will post the link in the description of this video to a song that I know you're going to like, that Lou Pardini wrote and performed with a couple of other people, but most notably a guitarist from Sweden who is really cool. And he's part of a band that also features Bill Champlin. And that's another thing you should check out too. The band is called CWF, not to be confused with EWF. And right now my brain is on overload, so I'm going to stop talking.